All right, guys. Thanks for joining us tonight. It's been a fun show. It's been real. Everybody have a good night.
Roll and tide. As always, roll tide.
Roll tide.
What if I hit it right there? Everybody be like, "What just happened?" And that's the introduction to an unhinged show. We've got a football game in the background, but it's not a college game, and both these two teams are still making the playoffs. So it's Seahawks up 10-3 on San Francisco. So we'll kind of follow along, but there's a lot more college stuff that we got to talk to. Rodg, you missed the discussion right before we got on here. Justin declared that he is part of the evil empire. So he said,
"Evil empire."
Yeah, he said he's Darth Sidious.
Was.
Okay. Yes, he said clearly I'm Han Solo and you're Chewbacca. So, so just so everybody knows their parts. Everybody knows their parts, man. So let's say hello to the Alpha Pools are in the house. What's up? The Alpha Wrestling Podcast. Yep. Tuesdays, 5 p.m. Central Time. Heard Autumn run that show, but Lady Alpha, the face, the voice, the controller. I don't know if controller is the right word, but anyway, go check out their show too as well. She said she might not make it today, but I know it's been a long day. We appreciate you stopping by.
Yep.
Kat, we're gonna miss the score predictions, but
Kat, thank you for joining us.
Time to move on. So
yeah,
welcome in,
and Debbie DeBoer. How are you doing?
Good nice to meet you. Thank you for joining us.
Roll Tide.
Yes.
We're going to be unhinged tonight. Yes, sir. Or yes,
Justin is in
the house. You have no idea.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. I mean, we might as well start off with the unhinged part of the unhinged.
Wait, let me pour mine in here. By the way, I got some Terramana tonight. Shout out to The Rock, the great one.
Yes. That is some really good stuff. So
it is good stuff.
I can attest.
And I we were talking about it before because I'm not a big tequila guy. I don't think Rodg is either. I don't know if
I'm not,
but Terramana, especially for the price point, being less than like Casamigos and to me a little smoother, it's good stuff. And sometimes you're like, when a celebrity pitches something, is this going to be good or is it going to be crap? Everybody's going to buy it either way. But it was good stuff. Terramana's good stuff. Jay Bake is in the house. Jay Bake, you drinking with us tonight? Are you unhinged or are you hinged? That's
we accept all.
we do accept all comers.
But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. I'm a big Rock fan, so I was a sucker for it already. And
they had you.
They had me, and I'll be honest. Of course, I came in biased, so I bought it. And man, you're right. Smoothest tequila I've ever had. You don't even realize that it's tequila. It's kind of sneaky, and you'll be drinking enough. You're like, man, this ain't really doing nothing. All of a sudden, boom! Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
You are right. So Jay Bake said there's no door. With the hinges rusted off. I love when the usual crew is here. Y'all keep us going. Though. So while we're getting this last shot poured, just stuff we're doing. Like I said, we'll follow the NFL game in a little bit, but we know nobody cares as much about it. We will talk Alabama, Kentucky from earlier. This will be everyone's last vent session for the Rose Bowl. And we'll talk some transfer portal. Justin thought we was going to shut down the transfer portal so we could start our show, and then people are still in it. So he's like, do we get to have a break? We don't get a break.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Justin, what you got?
Well, first of all, I want to show this off here because this beautiful shot glass was given to me by none other than the esteemed Herb Ragsdale. So I broke it out tonight.
Cheers,
sir. Good stuff. Cheers. Roll Tide.
Cheers.
Thank you, Justin.
Ooh, that's good.
Not to put pressure on anybody.
Yes.
But last time we were on, the three of us were on the show, Kat said it was one of our best shows. So there is.
We got some. Okay.
Don't let Kat down is basically what I'm telling you.
Yeah, we won't.
That's an insane amount of pressure right there.
I know.
Justin,
I don't know what the pressure, if that's the equivalent of replacing Nick Saban, or, I mean, it might even be more pressure.
It's close.
It's very close.
Replacing Nick Saban, impressing Kat. That's
right here, yes.
Definitely
not
we're
easy.
going to do our best.
Yeah.
We'll play dealer's choice, though, Justin, because we know that you deal with a lot already, and we like to make you feel at home on Saturday nights. So,
and you do.
You've got Alabama basketball.
Yeah.
You got the NFL, which I'm assuming we're going to skip, but the Carolina Panthers and Bryce Young did lose today. And there's one thing I want to talk about when we do get to that. So you got that. you have the vent session for the Rose Bowl, and you have transfer portal. And you even have, the coaches in Ryan Grubb. You, dealer's choice, tell us where we're kicking off tonight.
The transfer portal is hot right now. Let's go ahead and start talking about it, because the past 2 days.
At least an hour, Debbie. So if you hurry up, you got time. There you go. Go get it. We'll wait on you. Sorry.
Past 2 days.
My one thing about the Panthers was a flea flicker from the 20.
Yeah,
made no sense.
That was weird.
That was my problem with that.
Does it make any? Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say it felt like Ryan Grubb play calling. Go ahead, Justin.
Oh, you just took my thought, honestly.
Okay, yeah. That's honestly, you're driving. First off, it's wet. It's a wet field anyway, right? But flea flickers are designed to be like big plays.
Right.
You're not getting a big play from the 20 anyway. But why have that many hands on a wet field? Like, none of that made sense. So, yes, no, I absolutely. I was rooting for the Panthers, and I think they are building something. They're starting to put some pieces in there, but now they got to sit there and hope the Falcons beat the Saints tomorrow and still make the playoffs. So that was just
Falcon fans. You got to play the long game. They'll get there. They just need a few more pieces.
And the Rags will play way up.
Oh,
he's gonna be the line coach. So, Kat, we'll save that one for later when we talk.
Yeah, start that, because there's a lot of layers to that.
Yeah.
Yes, Big Mike, and that's a good start to get us back. Oh, what's up, Damo?
Hi, what's going on?
Listen, I see him on my timeline on TikTok more than anybody else I follow. So I don't know how he's manipulating my TikTok waves, but sir, I feel like that I'm standing right next to you. I've seen you that much.
Same here.
I heard
same here.
He said he cloned your phone one time, Justin.
Every time I jump on TikTok, I got Damo right there in that corner, right there, just giving us an update. So he's doing his part, man. He's doing some damage. Kudos to Damo.
All right, Justin, kick us off. You said you want to start with the transfer portal.
Yeah, I mean that's the hot.
We talking about? Yeah, for sure.
Go ahead. We keep interrupting each other or jumping in at the exact same time.
We're just excited.
We're
just excited. We're just excited, man. It's all good.
I've missed you guys. It's that whole separation anxiety thing.
I'm going to take a half shot to that. Justin, you kick us off. I'm going to be quiet for a second. Go ahead and tell us where you want to start at.
Well, 2 days, we already got a lot of action already on the Alabama side. Some departures expected, others a little head scratching. First and foremost, Noah Carter. You don't let a talent like that leave the building. This is a kid, was a DeBoer guy, came over to play for DeBoer from Washington, and took a little bit of time to start developing. Then he finally starts to get opportunities on the field, and then he becomes like a critical piece, depth piece to that defense, and was one of the guys responsible for making that defense get a lot better. We elevated guys mid-season on. We turned into a totally different defense because we had those edge guys, Noah Carter being one of them, and you had to account for him whenever he was on the field. Love what he was able to do. Of course, he was a great compliment to Yanze Pierre.
Yeah, really came along.
Yeah. I mean, it just really started to uptick, and then the next thing we know, he's in the portal. I was told things behind the scenes leading up to it that I knew to let me know it was coming, and it's very frustrating to hear it. But when somebody picks him up, they're going to have a very talented player on their hands, and it's going.
So, do you think there's no chance he comes back then?
I don't. I don't, based on what I was told. I mean, now the ultimate decision maker, being the CEO, i.e., Kalen DeBoer, can go and make it right, but we don't know if he's going to do that.
All right, Big Mike. I mean, and that was probably one of the few really surprises. Bach was only surprised just because he had just said, "I'm staying," and then he went, But that was the only reason why his was. Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt you. So the question is for both. Are you guys surprised Bach left, even based on what he said a couple days ago prior to the Rose Bowl, that he's staying and all that? Are you guys still surprised that he left?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I was surprised he actually said that, to be honest with you.
That's where I was. That's where I was at. Yeah. I felt like there was a better way to answer that question, but I feel like players are just like coaches now. They're going to give you the answer that they need to say at the time, but they're thinking differently. I think Bach's mind was in the portal, honestly, months ago. To be honest with you, I think he was just waiting for his opportunity.
And we talked about this. There's a great chance of us still at least bringing in one portal wide receiver, right? So if you're Bach and you're already behind on the wide receiver depth chart, and you look at what's out there, depending on what goes on with Horton, your starting position might be what, 4th or 5th to start.
And to piggyback off of that is very frustrating.
Mike's having fun with this.
It's very frustrating because of the drama we endured last time about this year.
Correct.
I mean, last year about this time, and we're sitting here scrambling and giving money, shelling out money to get him back, and then allowing him to make decisions for us to keep him. He changes positions to play wide receiver in a loaded receiver room. It made zero sense whatsoever, and the room just continued to get more stacked and more stacked. We got guys out of the portal and Isaiah Horton, and then Lazir Brooks popped off. There was no rhyme or reason for it. And then, like you said, next year, when would he ever play?
Yeah,
he was actually progressing as a DB, so I'm kind of shocked as to why he made that call. But next year, we're losing Jeremy Bernard, possibly losing Horton to the draft because he has a high draft grade. But with all we have coming in, there's just no way he sees the field. So why did you go through all this?
Yeah,
just to turn around and leave again.
Yeah, because I have to think stuff like, would I rather give Bach, who's made, just to keep him? Am I trying to give him a try, or would I rather give Sedarius Morgan, some burn out there and say, like, look, man, a year or two, you could be our number one.
Sedarius Morgan, I'm getting those questions to Sedarius Morgan. Yeah.
And look, we might be on the Ryan Williams, like, hey, it's been a rough year. I get it. But we still know the talent is there if some stuff happens, right? So if you give me Ryan Williams, Sedarius Morgan, and Brooks, like, I'm already good. I'm just not thinking I'm elevating Bach past. And that's nothing about his talent, whatever. But it's like you said in the middle, just you don't trade positions in the middle, kind of make a money grab at it. And let's be honest, man. Lane didn't see a whole lot of talent there. He saw a way to take something from Alabama, and that's why there was offers coming from Mississippi. I will fully believe that. And now look, if he goes somewhere else and he shows out and shows he can be number one, that's great. But I don't see anything that we've seen that says, let's throw another bag at him. So I don't get it.
And we got some talented kids who are freshmen this year who can get an opportunity as well. So And then he just was never comfortable in that position. He wasn't a true receiver. He could not run routes. It's mind blowing. It was really worth a lot of. It was a waste of a lot of money and a lot of our time following the whole situation. But Jalen Hill, on the other hand, you expected it. You hate to see his story in Alabama in this way. Just God bless him. He just couldn't escape that injury. It set him behind the 8 ball, and he finally gets somewhat healthy, and it's just too late. Same with Cole Adams. You expected that to happen, but he had one injury too many and just put him behind a stacked receiver room.
Yeah, and that was it. A lot of depth just kind of showed, and maybe, we believed in Brooks, but he kind of popped off a little bit more than you thought. And even like when guys like Horton were banged up, or when Ryan Williams had a couple injuries, there were certain guys that got a chance to step up. And, the other guys just kind of got lost. So I get it. And I'm not any of the wide, like, Hale, I wish you well, man. It sucks the time of injury because we expected some stuff. Yeah. So it kind of is what it is with those guys. So none of them bothers me. I said, I guess outside of Carter. Other than that, it's just kind of like, it's the way this is.
Yeah.
Kind of shocked that guard Oluwas Alanine left. I thought he would get his opportunity, especially with Cam Dewberry going on, I guess, to the NFL. I thought he'd get his opportunity in his final season, but no, he left. And then the big shocker today was freshman offensive lineman Micah DeBose. This the guy who was a gem from the recruiting class, 2025 recruiting class, the future, right? And he's gone.
Yeah. You got to think for some of these guys, it really is. People are already in my ear talking, and I can get something,
because
and that's where I'm going.
to Justin's point, like with DeBose, I mean, he didn't even sit around to see which offensive linemen were coming back and staying. He just said, I'm gone. So I think that kind of proves Herb's point. He already had it made up in his mind that he wanted to jump into the portal anyway, because he probably could have got a significant amount of playing time next year had he stayed. But, we'll never know now.
Well, this is exactly what I think about Cole Adams, by the way. He will definitely fair catch.
I love Cole Adams as a returner. I'll say that. He didn't give me any issues, but
and that's again, because you can, as soon as the kick went up, you can go get a drink because there's not going to be a return. There's not going to be like, oh, Cole's back there? Yeah, I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, back in a minute. Well, and that's the other part too. Going into this season that reps were going to be hard to come by, but you felt like he was going to get his opportunity to shine and either the punt or kick return. Guys, I know we gave our kicker hell, but the other part of our special teams that really got overlooked was inability to set up returns.
Yeah.
We didn't return the ball hardly at all. So again, that was taken away from him. So again, he gets to go to a situation now where he can be a feature guy, get tape, and get an opportunity to play at the next level.
Yeah. Which, by the way, a point on Cole Adams too as a receiver. I always thought of him as a good slot guy, but then as proficient as our tight ends became, it seemed like the area where Cole might be, all of a sudden Cuevas was, and it's just like, okay, we've got great wide receivers on the edges and already got some guys underneath. Plus, as strong as Jerry Bernard is coming across the middle, it just didn't seem to be a spot for him receiver wise. And like you said, are we firing the suit? I don't even know the special teams coach name right now, so I know Justin will probably know it off the top of his head.
Well, and you're talking about. Are we going to talk about the coaching staff yet?
We'll get to coaching staff. You're right. All right.
What I was going to say about Micah DeBose, what I was going to say about Micah DeBose kind of ties into that, but I won't get ahead of ourselves. Yeah, Nunez.
Yeah. Yep. And we've got some questions about what that was coaching staff. Yeah. So we'll hold back on that for a minute. Like you said, we'll finish this. Kat did have a couple of questions about transfer stuff though. O-lineman.
Oh, she talking about Sprague. I think his name is Andrew Sprague. I want to think that's his name.
And an O-lineman from South
Carolina. He was all Big Ten, I think, this year. Big guy, 6'8", 315,
Rodg, this is a good question.
What's that? I thought Rodg was a special. I was on one of our podcast episodes. I was elected as a special teams coach. Mike, I had nothing to do with any of the missed kicks from this year. That was not me. that was prior to me joining the program. Whenever Talty made a kick, that was my coaching.
I saw your imprint on his ability.
We'll give you some context. So along with work play, which by the way, anybody who does want to throw out a work play live ditch like we've been doing the last couple Saturdays, you can. One suggestion: don't always just put yourselves into it. Let's get don't make us go to themes, but give us 4. You can also, there's 3 of us here. So you can send out a work play live ditch. And you can say who you want to have to answer the question, but get some creativity. Throw some stuff out there. So one night we had it was a show, me, Rodg, Big Mike, and Bama Beat. And instead of going a work play live ditch, we gave a game called Coordinators. And Bama Beat was the person. And we said, all right, you got to pick out of the 3 names, you have to pick who's your coordinators. The first person, whoever is your smartest, most creative mind, they get your offensive coordinator position. Okay. Whoever is just a person who just likes to stop other people from doing stuff and having fun, you make them your defensive coordinator. And whoever is just useless and you just want them to go sit in the corner with the punter.
That was not what was said. No.
That is what was said. And Rodg got special teams. But his face when because I think I got offensive coordinator, Big Mike got defensive coordinator. So when Mike was announced as defensive coordinator, Rodg's face went.
Hey, well, I was, but then I realized the special teams coordinator actually makes a pretty decent salary. So I said, I could pull that off for a season. I could take some criticism from Adrian for that amount of money. Nobody would know me.
Here's a great answer for you.
Oh my God. Wow. The player's fault, not mine.
Let's see. Let's catch up real quick, and then we'll go back to where we are. Gonna go back to Board's gone. I'm sorry, I'm still on the DeBoer train. I do think
I don't think that's the answer. Yeah.
And I don't think people realize. So here's the deal. Anybody who thinks DeBoer needs to be gone, who are you hiring? and how do you salvage everything?
Well, that's the biggest question, because no one's going to walk in that's big enough to be able to take the reins of Alabama. Again, I don't want to get ahead, but the conversation about who you retain as your assistants needs to be talked about.
For sure. We'll get into that right after transfer, because I think that's a big part. I think a lot of people have questions. Yeah, Kat, he's Coach Saban's over there telling him who to fire as well. So we got to think that. Roll Tyler Toy. I hope you're having a good night. Debbie said, I'm back. I like it. Just some transfer talk so far and some shots. So you need to take 2 shots to catch up. It's fired first. Yes. We'll save that one too, because that's coming up in the middle.
They're getting ahead.
And Chris is getting pissed that we haven't fired anybody yet. Still the guy we need to sign up. Yeah, Debbie. I mean, like I said, we'll get that in the next segment here, but I think DeBoer overall is the guy. But yes, he can't have the same support staff around him and win. So that's just it. All right, so guys, Rodg, we'll start with you. And then because Justin's answer will be smarter, so we'll just let you throw out your stuff first. Who's a name that you've seen out there in the portal that you want us to go after? And why is it Cam Coleman?
Cam Coleman. This is my thing. I already made a statement. I don't think we'll get Cam Coleman. I think his asking price might be a little too much. But once he has his visit, I think he has his visit next week in a few days to Alabama. I think he's going to be impressed. He knows some of the guys from Alabama, et cetera. So I think that will be in his ear. But I think he ends up somewhere in Texas personally. One guy that I like, and I'm not sure if you guys agree, with the North Carolina State running back Smothers, Hollywood Smothers. Looking at some of his videotape, just seeing how twitchy and how edgy he is in the as a back, he kind of reminded me, and I know this may be a stretch, but somewhat of a small like Jahmyr Gibbs, kind of with that twitchiness. I would love to have a guy like that on our team. But then you also look at the running back we have on our team, and then we're coming in next year. We're going to be low to that position, but I don't think it would hurt to get Smothers in here.
And if he's smothered, then it's a Waffle House NIL deal, and we get.
I knew the Smothers joke was coming. I knew it.
Roger was burning me up inside. I was like, I got to interrupt and say it. Go ahead.
The one that Kat mentioned earlier was spraying the offensive lineman from Michigan. Get one of those big old guys down there, because we're going to need some O-line depth and D-line depth in the portal. So I don't think that would hurt. So those are the 3 that came to mind. Again, Cam Coleman, I figured if we somehow magically land him, I said this in one of our group text messages. I was like, there's no reason we shouldn't be averaging around 40 points a game next year if we get Cam Coleman on the team.
Yeah. Somebody said TJ yelled him, but J Bake says he does agree with you more. Chris, I'm not letting you off the hook on this one, man. You can't.
What's that?
You got to have a suggestion. If you're saying fire DeBoer, I need the next suggestion. It's not fair to just
You're just not like that. And listen, DeBoer has shown that he can recruit as well. Look at our recruiting class for next year. We're in good hands. We made progress from year 1 to year 2. We made progress. We made it to a playoff game. We won a playoff game. Obviously, it didn't end up the way we wanted it to, but hey, let's see what happens in year 3. So we're in good hands. Guess what happens next year? What happens next year if we lose a game? Are you going to say, here, fire the coaches again? I mean, that's just it. They are just it, but
we lose the first coin toss.
Yeah. That's an old funny man one. We lost it to fire the coach. Get him out.
Yeah, fire the coach. Yeah.
I told you this West Coast bullshit won't work here.
I mean, do everybody want him fired after we went to Georgia?
What I would prefer is when people say, let's get rid of DeBoer, I want to hear your options. Who are your next options to take over the job? Let us know in the comments.
Give me something realistic.
And do you not understand the impact of firing coach has on a school? If you don't make the right hire, I'm talking about big name, can walk in the building immediately, command respect, turn everything around within a split second. If you don't get that guy, you're going to have an exodus like you have never seen other than Auburn happen. And that's going to set your program back for
several years. Yes.
And nobody has an answer to that one. That's the thing. Right. Hey, J-Bake, I put this on the fact that the college calendar is screwed up. This doesn't happen in the NFL because they make you wait until after playoffs for stuff like this. So the college calendar, Lanning had a good comment about it recently. So what'd you say?
Saban did it with Pruitt and with Kirby Smart. So what's wrong with keeping your staff intact to have everything?
And the most recent example was Sark when he did national championship. Yeah. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's just
you have to have stability. Like right now, if Ole Miss would have lost Charlie Weiss in the playoffs, I don't think they would have had the success they've had against Georgia. You throw out Tulane because that wasn't going to be an issue no matter what you had, just because of the talent disparity.
Tide.
But if you don't have Charlie Weiss against Georgia, that's not a win, and the Rebels are heading back to Oxford.
Agreed.
That's true. That's true.
Roll Tide to Tide. I don't think we've seen you in here before, so appreciate you coming in. Yep, we can have 2 Hollywoods. I think
I didn't even think about that. I didn't even think about that. Motors and Williams. Oh my goodness.
What's up,
Nick Beasley? Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, there we go. And Chris is just mad. Okay, Chris. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Hey,
don't know what to tell you. I want to relax about the board. All right, we'll send you over there. You can post the link, Nick, and people will go check you out.
Well, we're
Roll
still
Tide, be jamming. Thanks for joining us.
And we're still on the topic of who we want to get out of the portal.
Yes. Who do you got?
Yeah, I gave my 3. So
3. Okay.
I did Sprague, Coleman, and Hollywood Smothers. Is Hollywood Smothers his real name? I gotta Google that.
I don't know his actual name, but
yeah. Anyway, sorry about that. Go ahead, Justin.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm not going to be the Cam Coleman guy. Honestly, I think the price tag is way too high.
That's what I thought would get him.
I've heard that there are some things that are being considered behind the scenes that could possibly pay for that price tag. Nothing definite yet, but honestly, let's just go with his price tag as it is. If we're going to spend,
right?
Well, if you're going to spend the money, honestly, we have greater areas of need. You go out, first of all, offensive line.
Yep.
You've got to take care of that first and foremost. You got to have someone there with experience. Sprague, that's the first person I am reaching out to, even though he has a do not contact clause or whatever you want to call it, tag right now.
Yeah.
You find every way you can to get him in the building.
Yep.
Second, defensive line. We're losing Tim Keenan. That is a big piece. And who I'm looking at right now, former USC defensive lineman Devin Tompkins, absolute monster. Gotta have him. And then other area of need, again, we've got areas of need, not receivers. Receiver, we are fine. Yes, Cam Coleman is an incredible talent. Don't get me wrong. Guys, we're replacing 3 linebackers. 3 of them. So we need to.
Did we just get one in? Was there a? Did we not just sign a transfer linebacker, or was it just rumored still?
Well, it's still rumored.
Okay.
But yeah, those are my areas of need right now.
For sure.
And yeah. Are we going with 3, or are we going just
as many? No, you can go as many as you want.
Rodg just threw out some names. Yeah,
those are just the 3 that were on top of my head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll give my third one. I'm getting Caleb Woodson from Virginia Tech.
Oh, the
experienced dude, thumper.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
So yeah, those are my 3.
Oh, Justin, what you just said there too. I had a conversation with somebody earlier about the same thing because they asked about Cam Coleman. I said if his price tag was 3, and I could pay 3 different guys 1, and one was like an offensive line, and one was on the defensive line, and linebacker, whatever else. I said I'd much rather spend it on 3 guys than 1 at Cam Coleman because I do. I mean, we're looking at this like you said, wide receiver we're already deep. I won't continue going to this, but if Brooks is your number 1 and Morgan is your number 2, or one to whatever how that works, or if Ryan Williams returns to form, you've got a great group already, and you're already worried about losing depth pieces anyway. So Cam Coleman is a want, not a need.
And I just think we as fans get too caught up in the shiny object.
Yep.
We just got just like in the NFL draft in the first round, the first 10 picks, everybody, of course, is wanting the sexy pick, the receiver, the quarterback, or the running back. But if you don't have an offensive line to protect the quarterback, if you don't have receivers, you don't have receivers for the quarterback to throw to. What are we doing? You got to work from the inside out.
I agree with this too, Debbie. No, I absolutely agree. And I think Detroit on this little run that they're on, we remember stuff like, them getting Gibbs and stuff like that. But go back and starting off with what Penei Sewell was one of the biggest things. Yeah, is one of the biggest things they do. You can also on the flip side look at the Bengals, and we love Chase, and we love what's name throwing to him. But when they got Chase with the number 5 pick, they were slated to get a lineman. And now their lineman has been, their line has still been trash all these years later. You got to build on that line first. So, no, I'm absolutely about it. And like I said, love to have Cam Coleman, but the price tag is probably just going to push him out of there. So, especially with what the Texas teams are in the mix too. Chapman, Roll Tide. Can we call one Malibu instead of Hollywood? I mean, I'll let those two work that out. So.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Jeff is with you. Appreciate it.
So,
Jeff, part of that is going to be in the – yes, sir, for sure. We got to jump in with them the other night to vent about the game too a little bit. So, that was fun. But appreciate it. We're going to get into coaches here in just a minute because that seems to be on everybody. So, right. I think the running back room will be better next year. Justin, would you agree with that already with what we have coming in, or do we need another?
Well, like Rodg said, that's why I'm not really excited about going after another running back, because we conceivably have Daniel Hill coming back, but we got Xavier Crowell, a guy who looks like he could be a generational back coming in. And we got another back in this recruiting class as well that kind of reminds us of Josh Jacobs. But don't forget, AK Deer is still there. His ceiling is his is just amazing. So I don't see why we need to get another one. But I don't see it. Like I said, running back is not the issue to me. It's more so having a competent offensive line, and you can't have a competent offensive line without a competent offensive line coach.
Yeah,
right. I agree with that.
Again,
sounds like we're going to slide in the
foundation of the offense. Yep. So you got to start there and just work your way out.
Yep. Chris, we're with you. Trust me. If you had joined us on Thursday night, there was a lot of venting. We're going to have one last vent section today, so we get it. We can disagree about if firing DeBoer is a thing, but no. I mean, you're here to vent. There's nothing but love, and I got a little half shot for you. I'm throw up. Right
and
now.
We've been, and let's not forget, we've been humiliated before when Kalen DeBoer was not the coach. We've had other coaches that got humiliated with some big games.
Hey,
bring it on, Chris. You know we love you, man.
Yeah. My sophomore year at Alabama, 2000, we went 3-8. Yeah. My senior year, first year of Mike DeBose, we went 4-9.
Yep.
So
let's not forget, and I'm going to bring it up, and some people aren't going to like this, but remember when we played Clemson in the national championship game, Herb?
Yeah. No.
Yeah. That was not pretty.
I hit myself in the head with a hammer, and I forgot the whole thing.
14-15-0 going into that game, and then we just got absolutely annihilated.
Yeah, but Paul Feinbaum brought up a very good point that Nick Saban can get away with that ass beating because he had X amount of championships in his pocket. So that was no big thing. Whereas Kalen DeBoer has not won anything.
Yeah. Look, I'm not saying that DeBoer, first off, we'll quote an LSU friend that we had who said, I asked is a former friend, I guess at this point, asked, is the LSU coach on the hot seat? She was like, they're always on the hot seat. DeBoer is going to be on the hot seat until he gets a title. I mean, that's just it. Yeah. So do I agree the way this season ended was acceptable? No, you can't have that on the national stage. And yes, if he continues next year with the exact same staff, he's not making it through year 3. And I think everybody can agree on that with also saying, yes, DeBoer is the guy. So let's get some of these and we'll start getting into coaches real quick. So Coleman, I can see that. There is Concepcion, and who's the other guy they just got this year? They'll be gone, right?
I was about to say Concepcion. I think he's going to be gone, but
for sure.
Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if we ended up somewhere in Texas. So.
Chris, I don't know. Like I tell you I love you, and then you keep cussing at us. I don't know what to say, man. I mean, are you mad at us or are you mad at the team? So
I'm kind of
let's just move on. Yeah,
I can't tell, man. We try to be on your side, and you just keep swinging at us. No, I think Dre Washington is gone.
Yeah, we wasted.
I think I saw it.
Final year of eligibility.
I feel bad for him. What was the pitch to make him come here if they weren't going to do anything with him? I can see if he had a bunch of carries and he just sucked, but to have nothing. And to be here, I don't even get it. So
I'm with you.
We'll save Debbie's because I think we're just going to end up going into coaches. So
might as well.
Save on the first every year 3, and that's it. Yeah, but the landscape is so different now.
It's different.
When Saban got here, he could get a whole team of 5 stars on first team and second team and have a whole lot of talent and depth. You don't do that anymore. So
it's
way different. He could be like, hey, I'm Saban, come to Bama, and he was getting people. Now the board can be like, hey, come to Bama. Like, what's the price tag? It's just
exactly.
Go ahead,
exactly.
Well, I also think it's different in the aspect of it's not so much that we are expecting a Nick Saban performance. It's the way we have lost against Georgia, against Indiana, against Oklahoma last year, against a bad Florida State team. The product we've put on field is absolutely unacceptable. Look, I can stomach a loss if you're going in there, you're giving it your best, and just the cards aren't in your favor, and you come away with the loss. Yeah, you feel bad in the moment, but you walk away feeling okay. Our best almost got us there. So I feel confident knowing the next game we can bounce back and possibly build off of that. Whereas how do you build off a total ass whooping where it looked like we were playing a homecoming game?
Yeah.
No, that's a good point.
Especially the way that game started. Go ahead, Rodg. Go ahead.
No, that's a good point. If you look at, and Justin just mentioned it, but just to piggyback, I mean, if you look at some of the losses that we had this year, they weren't just like close games. Florida State wasn't close. Oklahoma. Now the Oklahoma game, the first time we lost, that was a close game. Let me take that one back. But then the SEC championship in the Indiana, we were never competitive in those games at all. And it's kind of, as an Alabama fan, it's kind of hard to watch that and see your team just getting bullied and outcoached and outplayed and out everything for an entire 4 quarters. It's hard to watch that. And we know that's not our standard, and we know that's not what we're used to seeing. So some things have to change.
I was referring to the Oklahoma loss in 2024 when you and Herb went.
I don't remember that either.
Man.
Oh, my bad.
Roll Tide, man. Hope you're having a good night over there.
Well, the next game Herb and I will be attending next year will probably be the at-home Georgia game. I'll be there for the Georgia game.
Yeah. Big Mike though is our good luck.
It's a home game, so I'm hoping that that everything's in our favor. As far as the next road game, I think we had talked about maybe going to the Ohio State game if that home away thing continues, but I have a feeling that's going to change eventually anyway. But that's a whole nother subject.
I'd cancel that game if I was Alabama. I don't see the benefit at this point. So
there is no benefit.
Like I said, Horn, yes, yeah, Mike, same. He said we're already being banned from that. So
yeah,
he does, Cap. But sometimes you need that little bit of a bite for sure.
Like some of these
I
kids
would love Pittman to be the online coach. The
online coach.
Online coach.
What's he doing?
Well, he runs the OnlyFans. No, he runs the OnlyFans. He runs the Alabama OnlyFans.
Yes.
I wish we could get Jeremy Pruitt back.
His screen name is Boss Hog 69.
I know.
I'm telling you, the fact that you knew that so quick makes me wonder if he really is.
Ladies, next coming up online is the HerbnRodg podcast. Oh no!
All right, folks. If you guys want to see a bunch of linemen stripping, stay tuned.
Man, I wish there was some way we could get Jeremy Pruitt back on the staff.
I mean, I figured there's always loopholes to everything already if they really wanted him around.
Well,
somehow, somewhere.
Patrick, I wish, but Lanning.
Well, that's the thing is now he's available for hire.
Okay.
They filed an injunction which makes him eligible to have a job in the state of Alabama. So yes, you can make that call and have him come on as an assistant or an analyst
or something. Yeah.
I love when Saban made up analysts. Boy, that was just like, oh, wait, Justin, what? Party foul.
He didn't. He's
been sipping too illegally.
No, sipping drinks, but that was a shot glass you just had up there.
Well, that's all I have. I don't have a fancy.
No. He's pointing at me like I'm some other guy. He's been sipping.
That guy.
Hey, Justin threw you under the bus. Quick, Ron.
Justin has been noticing all my drink. Justin's like this. 2, 3, 4th one. Yeah.
We're gonna start calling Justin Hall Monitor. Rod just had 4.5 drinks. I've had 2. Like, what the heck is going on here?
My bad. I didn't realize what I was doing, to be honest with you.
Oh my
goodness. So we were talking about coaching staff changes.
well, I mean, yeah, me and Justin agreed if we could somehow get Pruitt back as an analyst or somewhere in the building, that would definitely help and bring some of that mentality back. But Justin said he's available. I still don't know what the red line, the red tape is behind all that.
There is none.
I don't know.
There is none.
Well, let's see what we can do, man. Make some calls.
We'll say this though, and people are starting to say it, right? Use the run game, and there was one more in there. Oh, he said I'm on that whiskey. Well, Chris, if you want to stop by for a shot, you're always welcome here. But of course. Have a shot with us real quick, even if it's beer, real quick.
I've got Terramana, folks. I'm not with the bourbon tonight, but normally I do pick a bourbon like Herb has right now.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Let's go ahead and get into coaches because everybody's already asking. We'll start with the last question we got asked, and then we'll kind of move on. Wrong channel, Chris. This is not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy doesn't actually like us, Chris, so he would never show up on the show. So sorry. Debbie said, "How do you feel about Gillespie?"
Is this for anybody to answer?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Honestly, I think that he's catching a lot of unfair heat because of Ryan Grubb and Chris Kapovic not producing a good product with the offensive line, not knowing what they want to do, not knowing what their identity is, essentially just throwing crap on a wall and seeing if it sticks. There has been no development whatsoever at any position on the offense. There has been no next step. There has been no problem corrected. No. That's what we got to look at. Everybody likes to blame players saying that they can't do this or they can't do that. They're trash. But when you play 14 games and there has been no changes whatsoever, and matter of fact,
no adjustments,
there's been a regression.
Yep.
That's coaching.
Agreed.
And
yep.
And can I say this? Getting to game 10 and deciding on a whole new offensive line, like starting offensive line, and not because of injuries, just because you've decided this group works better. That's just ridiculous. Like, you don't get that far into a campaign and decide, all right, we're going to excel. And look, this had nothing to do with Twitter politics, whatever, or if you agree or disagree with what people are posting. But you can't have somebody in your rotation and then get to game 10 and just all of a sudden they're out and we're doing a whole new rotation and people are moving positions. That's not game 10 sort of stuff. Like, I don't get what was going on that side of the ball at all. And so, I would agree that he's getting some unfair flack for this because I do think Cap and Grubb are holding more things back. And I'm sorry, I just feel like it is. I think we were excited when Grubb got here, and now we're just watching but we're watching the product. One of the things I read before he got here was how great he was at adjustments. And I think at the end of the day, what we're seeing is why Seattle let him go. It's just there are not adjustments. You could almost tell that Grubb will say, I want to run this play. And we'd be like, but that's not the personnel that you have. Like, Kevin Riley ran twice up the middle. And I'm like, that is not your run up the middle back. I don't care.
That's Daniel Hill. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Daniel Hill. Or even Jam.
The middle's not there. That's the thing everybody keeps missing. The middle is not there. Parker Brelsford was getting murdered. There was no up the middle. The best part of the offensive line that we could have ran to was in between Cam Dewberry and Caden Proctor. But we never ran it to that side.
Yeah, right. We didn't hit the sides at all throughout most of the season.
Not last year.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, wasn't it last year where we would, whenever we needed a big yard, we'd only run to the left side? It was like that was our whole MO. And now all of a sudden this year we just kind of did whatever. We had a crucial 4th and 1, and we had a big running back pop pass to our wide receiver. I was like, this is we're not even trying anymore.
Cat has a good point here.
What's that? Which one? Yeah. Can you imagine how bad it would have been?
Well, let me bring up something.
I agree with you too, Jeff, on this.
I want to hear what you guys had to say. The past 2 years, at the back half of the season, quarterback play has greatly regressed, whether it's been Ty or whether it's been Milroe. So there's one common denominator, and that's Kalen LeBoer and his staff.
Yeah.
And a lot of it also has to do with the fact that we've been one-dimensional the past 2 years. So, any coordinator worth their contract on the defensive side of the ball can stop a one-dimensional offense.
Yeah.
You saw what Georgia did to us in the SEC championship game. They blitzed the heck out of us, and they knew, okay, we're just going to force them to pass. We're going to make Ty uncomfortable, scramble, and then get some sacks and do everything else. But they knew we couldn't run the ball. Indiana coming to the game, they knew the same thing. They say, okay, let them run. What's the chance that we let them run? Maybe we give up one run play where they run 15 yards, but that didn't really happen. So everybody knew how to prep for us because we were very one-dimensional. And unfortunately, and to Justin's point, it's like, how many games do you have to play before you make these adjustments and say, hey, let's change up the run game. Let's see if we can figure this out. Because what you're doing is throughout the season, you're putting all the weight on Ty's shoulders. And then when Ty has a bad game, you blame it. A lot of people want to blame everything on Ty. And I said, well, he's doing everything. Some of these games, he's throwing the ball 39, 40 times a game because you can't run the ball. And we're not going to be able to run the ball more if our running backs only amass, 10 touches total, 10 to 12 touches. I mean, what do you expect?
Well, then, too, they're bringing the house 68 to 70% of the time.
Yeah.
The opposing defenses are. And so what do you expect Ty to do? And here's what really pisses me off.
Right here, Cap.
And instead of offensively, we're doing underneath routes, mid-range slants, something like that to get the ball out quick. We're running these long developing pass plays, these seams, these posts, these deep digs. You don't have time to do all that. So why in the hell are you asking Ty to put himself in a bad position and get clobbered? Yeah. Which he was, and he was hurt the majority of a season. And all of a sudden now stuff's starting to come out today about how injured he's been.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Hill likes to dance a little bit. I think a couple people are there. Jeff is with you though, Justin, on that. No, you guys are right. But your first point about it going back to coaching, I think is still the best. You know, it doesn't matter. So, and I think we did get spoiled, but like I'll go back to the last one that we really had that to me was great was Sark. No matter what you put on the table for Sark, he would draw plays to fit the people that were on the field.
Right.
And we'll remember Devontae Smith's Heisman campaign. You know, I don't know if people remember, like, Waddle got hurt. Our second best receiver was Mechie, and he was still made him into it. But there was one game, and I meant to look this up before we got here, where Devontae did not have great numbers because I think the team took that away, and I think we rushed for 6 touchdowns. Because Sark was like, whatever you give me, that's what I'm taking. And he was great at matching personnel to plays. And like you said there, Justin, there's a lot of pressure coming after us. We don't have anything coming across the middle. You know, like I don't understand any of that, but I think we can all agree Grubb did not make adjustments.
He didn't
whatsoever. So
and Sark was already 3 steps ahead of every defensive coordinator he went up against. If one thing was stopped, he already had 2 or 3 other things he could elbow into that he was going to guarantee that he would beat you at.
Yeah. No, I agree with it. I agree. Because, like, look, Mac, we might love or hate Mac, whatever, right? He was a good quarterback. But what Mac was really good at was understanding what the plays were. And I think Sark communicated to him, and like, this is the play we're running. This was going to be open. This is where you got to hit people. And that's what made that team go that year. I mean, we got three of the top 5 people in the Heisman that year. That's ridiculous. Yeah. So usually you take so many votes from each other, you don't get anything. But we get wide receiver, one quarterback at 3 and running back at 5. Like, that's insane, you know. But I just don't see that with Grubb. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you just think the offensive line is horrible. By game 10, by 11, there's something you have to be able to scheme.
Bottom line is
open and to get a running game going.
You can have all the talent in the world, but if your execution doesn't work out, none of that's going to matter. I think that's what happened with this. We had all the right players at all the right positions, but we didn't always execute when we needed to on certain sides of the ball.
Yep. Yep. Which, by the way, Chris, I saw your other answer. If whenever you stop by to get a drink, Chris, all I need to know is, do I have to have beer stocked, or are we just going to drink the whiskey?
Let me ask you a question, guys. Why do you feel like it's important to even discuss the possibility of staff changing?
I don't think he gets through year 3 if you don't get rid of certain things. I think if we go out there next year and we have no running game and we're adding an extra SEC game, right? It's only good because one thing that we didn't mention in this, we didn't make adjustments, right? The back half of the schedule was also the toughest defenses. You know, no matter what you might think about South Carolina, but you start from there and go after that, and you've got the LSU, Oklahoma, Auburn, and then Georgia again. All the defenses got better. So if you're not getting any better, yeah, you're going to fall way behind. You're going to put too much on your quarterback. Now, look, do I think Keelan Russell, if he wins a job next year, or even Austin Mack if he stays and he wins a job, do I think both of those ceilings are maybe higher than what Ty gives you? Yes, but without any semblance, because somebody mentioned in there, does he need a Michael Penix type? I don't think that was the problem. They had still at least had a semblance of a running game at Washington.
Yeah, we
did. Dylan Johnson had 1,200, 1,300 yards.
Right. But they also they didn't play the high caliber defenses in the Pac-12 either, game after game. You know, when they came up against Michigan, it was a rock fight and they couldn't win that. But I'm saying all this to say this. Something has to change because you can't tell me there wasn't talent on this team to make the running game go, right? And we never even had a semblance. What do we have? 7 rushes against Georgia in the SEC championship from running backs, right? The first drive against Florida State, we ran, it felt like 50-50. If not, it was like 55-4, and then we just abandoned it. We don't – it's like we just go away from whatever, whenever. And then the most ill-timed special, trick plays we have ever seen.
Yeah.
All these things aren't working, and there's nothing that you can really point to and go back to and say, yeah, this is why Grubb should get another year. I mean, that's just how I feel about it. Jeff, I think staff changes have to be made.
Yeah.
So,
well, I think after what we've experienced the entire season with the cherry on top being against Indiana, guys, the brand used to be responsible for getting a lot of players in. I feel like after that loss, the brand was greatly hurt. I think it was greatly affected by that. And when you're sitting in front of recruits, you're sitting in front of portal targets, you're sitting in front of boosters and all the people that who are important, how do you get them to have faith in what you're doing if you bring back this staff next season? How do you explain to some of these parents who are want to have a hard conversation with these coaches about what are you going to do to convince us our kids to stay because we don't want them in a bad situation?
Right.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
That's a fair statement.
I agree.
Yeah.
Something has to change. And like you said, we saw did our offense just get worse in the back half, or like you said, did the defenses get better and we just didn't adjust? I don't think anybody can point to any adjustments.
No,
we couldn't hold a lead to save our lives, right? We trotted our defense out there time and time again. And really, honestly, what was our last good half? It feels like first half of Georgia, and then everything was a fight after that.
What game would you say was our complete game? Like you said,
there was no complete game. I'll stop you there.
I don't know. Hold on. We would start out fast and then hang on for dear life. And because we never could quite figure out how to put our foot on the throats and throw that killer blow to knock people out. And then we just went to having sluggish starts until the Oklahoma game.
Yeah.
And we had to rely on things out of our control to get us back into games. I think the only complete game we played was against Tennessee.
Yeah.
Well, and
even then,
Oklahoma the second game.
No, we didn't play a complete game.
No, that was 17-0 for the first quarter. So
yeah, we played good 3 quarters against Oklahoma the second.
The reason why I push back on Tennessee is the final score helps, but if you don't get a pick 6 before halftime, you're going into halftime with a 2-point lead, and I think that flipped it from the defensive standpoint. But I think offense was still probably up and down. But I feel like that's an arguable one. But if we're going back to Tennessee as the only complete game, and we're not counting, but I mean, hell, even Eastern Illinois wasn't a complete game because we still did it. Yeah, still threw 2, didn't we? In that game,
that's a mulligan because who gets up for those games anyway? You're not going to play your best. You're going to play vanilla offense, vanilla defense, and just wipe them out because you can.
Yeah. So we've had 2 questions about this. This was the last one. I didn't star the other one, so I know somebody else asked the same question. I feel like it was Debbie. So if you believe what you read online about what happened to Jaden Roberts, I believe it was Debbie and Chris. And, you know, if you read what the family friend says online, he was told he was too aggressive and kicked out of the starting lineup. I don't know if, or not just out of lineup, period.
That's just parts of it. I mean, I don't know what I'm allowed to say on air, but
nobody watches us, Justin, so you're good.
They do. They do watch you. You're the premier show on Saturday night. He was done dirty.
Yeah,
I'll just say that.
That's what I think. Not counting, what game did we start fast in? I don't think we.
Well, Georgia, the first time we started out fast, we jumped up to a big lead.
Yep. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, Vandy, we were down 14-0, and looking at being down 21-0 until Justin Jefferson stripped the ball from Diego Pavia.
Yep. So, he said, "You're not saying LSU was a complete game because that was
not a complete game. That was not at all. Sloppy and horrible."
Yeah, Debbie, on the field is what the post was, but I don't know. And then some, like I said, right around the Oklahoma game, he was out, and I don't think he saw many snaps, if any, after that. So UGA just only the first half. We didn't score the whole second half, so we can't put that as a
complete game.
I apologize to anybody who watches us and me saying that nobody watches. I appreciate it.
I told you we're one of the big dogs for Saturday night. I tried to instill this in you, but you don't believe me.
Is that because no one else is on right now, or just because we're one of the big dogs?
You're a big dog.
Vis-a-vis?
Vis-a-vis. Oh gosh, we're using fancy words now.
Raj doesn't know what it means. He just threw it out one time. Yeah.
And he was hoping it applied to whatever we're talking about.
He added it to his lexicon without really.
Oh, come on.
He got it from his word of the day calendar.
My gosh.
Yes. Oh man. Now they're coming after me now. I'm sorry, guys. Right. I love y'all. Yeah. See?
What do we? Okay.
Everybody, I'm getting a rolling eyes.
You are.
He said, "Oh, is this about?" Yeah, dude. I don't know, Chris. Like I said, these are stuff that I read or hear. I don't have sources. You know, Justin can tell you more of the insight, but yeah, Roberts was one of your biggest, dudes out there. I don't get why you would just shift him out all of a sudden. And like you get rid of a guy like that, and then you're like, "Hey, we can't run the ball." I'm like, "Oh, really? There's one of your biggest maulers sitting over there."
Big reasons why we can't run the balls because he wasn't in there.
Crime. And yes, I knew what you meant, Chris. You're good. So, Kat, I love y'all. I'm sorry. Look here, take a shot for all y'all.
Herb just taking a shot because he wants to take a shot.
Yeah,
I mean, whatever excuse works, right?
He's trying to drink to forget his inadequacies.
Oh man,
that was a big word.
Look, my mom calls me.
That was pretty big.
Well, my mom calls me once a week and tells me that Rodg is her favorite.
Oh, you've said that like a million times. Come on,
1,000,001. So
okay,
get that crazy Cincinnati on. So, Justin, let's backtrack one quick second because you kind of hinted at this earlier. Do you have a prediction on another big name entering the transfer portal that might surprise everybody?
Or
is it too early for that? Yeah, or hurt everybody?
Well, some things are predicated. Some things are predicated on other people.
Use the word like predicated. Roger's over there typing in predicated right now. He's Roger's like predicated. No, it's a C, Roger, not a K. Go change that.
Okay. See now. Come on.
Oh my God! Look, the chat has turned. At least we were somebody to Rodg. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my goodness! I'm gonna have to go buy a shirt that says "I love you all."
Back to the original question, Justin. Are there any names that you, I guess, may assume may enter the portal? Big names.
Austin Mack is waiting to see what Ty Simpson's decision is.
Yeah,
which is fair to me.
I have been told that Austin Mack, if Ty Simpson comes back, that he's entering the transfer portal.
And I don't blame
if Ty Simpson does not come back, he will stay at Alabama and compete for the job versus Keelan Russell.
Yeah,
which in this is the only chance. The way the portal has changed, there is no spring. Like to go through spring practices, right, and decide then. So this is it. Dude, I've seen a little of Austin Mack to where I'm like, I think we could win with him, for a full season.
That was what my sentiments exactly.
Russell. Yeah. So
based on the few snaps we saw from this season, he looked good. He could scramble. He throws a nice football. Got a good head on the shoulders. What?
Except she's calling you Ridge, but she didn't even acknowledge that. No, I'm saying, but she's saying you didn't acknowledge that you love everybody. So now they're turning on you too.
I like Austin Mack. I'm excited to see Keelan Russell too.
I also will say this: the other side of this, it is time for Ty to go, one way or another. The way that the quarterback room is shaping up.
I don't think he is to transfer. Some people are really trying to push that narrative. Right now, according to draft experts, he is listed as a top 3 quarterback in the 2026 draft.
Yeah,
that's I don't think had him up there.
Him coming back to college is not. There's nothing to improve upon. The draft scouts know what his ceiling is,
right?
And they also know that the problems he had the back half of the season were a lot of them were out of his control. They understand that there was no offensive line, there was no run game. There's a lot of things that caused him to fail in the eyes of others. That the analysts know. Okay. He had nothing to do with any of that. We still feel like that he is a top tier quarterback.
Yep.
And he can lead. He can be the face of our franchise.
Yes.
So I don't see why he would even come back.
I feel like it's him. It's Dante Moore, Mendoza, and Ty. In not necessarily in that order, but those 3 are the 3 names that are probably in the top as far as first round.
Well, during the game, they posted Kuiper's list, and it was that order: Mendoza, Moore, Ty. Go ahead, Rodg.
And I feel like if you're going to continue to take these hits and get these injuries, then just go ahead and go to the draft. Don't come back to college for another year to do that. And I know Ty's mentality might be, but I really want to bring a championship to Alabama. Just go to the draft. You proved yourself. You stayed here long enough. You were patient. You got your shot, took us to the playoff, won a playoff game. Go ahead and take the next step. Go to the draft.
Yep. Really mad at him. Debbie, I love it. If we didn't have the chat, it would make our shows would just stop being entertaining at all. So we appreciate y'all.
Without the chat, I could not do this with Herb. I could do it with Justin. I would not just do this with Herb. I would I would not make
it. So does Cap get fired?
I think he has to. What about what the product he's put on the field gives you confidence going into next year?
Yeah. And it's been that way for a couple years. Yeah, it wasn't like just this year was bad. It's been that way. Go ahead.
And listen, everybody wants to talk about how bad certain offensive linemen are. I'm sorry. There weren't that many misses when it came to evaluating talent. Coaching matters, guys.
Yeah.
Let's quit trying to pass the buck.
I agree 1,000%, man. I think he does. I think. Are you keeping Gillespie then and getting rid of Cap and Grubb with what you said earlier?
I would love to see Gillespie get an opportunity with a competent coordinator and a competent offensive line coach. But honestly, at this point, you may just have to cut bait of everyone and start fresh with guys that can get the job done.
Yeah.
And that's nothing being thrown towards Gillespie. I like Gillespie. Here's something. I played against Robert Gillespie in high school. Duke could fly. But yeah, somebody was asking about who we would choose for certain positions. Some stuff is in the chat. Honestly, guys, Sam Pittman should have been waiting in the football office as soon as the plane touched down from the Rose Bowl. He should have had coffee and donuts waiting. If not him, you go get Matt Luke. Either one of those guys.
Yeah. Pittman should have, like, Georgia fans want Pittman already. So I'm thinking.
Yeah, I heard that.
Goes, but for sure, I would love to have Pittman here doing that. And Cat, to this one, I don't think so, just because of the quarterback class and how Justin just put it. People will realize he wasn't working with a lot and he got banged up. So
he was hurt.
I think
he was hurt.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I'm saying. He got banged up. And I think him going later and getting to a team where he can sit for a year or two, I think it's fine. Quarterbacks, you don't have to play right away.
Well, so, exactly. Keep in mind, guys, if he goes in a later part of the first round, if not day two, he's in a much better situations because those teams already have a lot of pieces in place.
Yes.
I think he would probably get good money to transfer, but what if he gets an evaluation to where he's going late first round, middle second round, what does one more year get him? I think if his goals get NFL, this is the time to go. Especially if the quarterback class has you at third. Third still gets you into the first round because the quarterback needs teams. So,
but again, if he gets hurt again, he got hurt for no reason. But also in the NFL, when you start piling up injury after injury, you get blackballed. You get looked at a different way, and it's a lot harder for you to make a team when you have a long list of injuries. Ask Bo Scarborough.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm always going to hate that for Bo, by the way. But yeah, Jeff said he's surprised Cap hasn't been fired yet. It's concerning. I don't see how he sticks around. So here's a question for you guys. Do we get nervous because they haven't made any coaching moves yet? Or are they trying not to jump the gun just yet? What are we doing?
I'm not nervous yet. I just think it's still early. But I think the necessary moves will happen eventually, but it's still early.
But also there has to be some kind of sense of urgency too, because the portal is wide open.
That's what I was thinking, Justin.
If you retain or these guys, a lot of these players don't want to play for and have problem with, and they don't have faith in. If those guys are still there, they're gone. And I'm talking about major guys that if they leave, Bama fans are going to be coming to Tuscaloosa with torches.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Let me get through a couple of these real quick. Yeah, I think you should though. I think you should. Well, Nick, that's a debate for another one. We're just going off of what other people have up there. So that's a debate for another time. Minnesota, whatever, just needs a quarterback. Yep. Oh, but I agree more though with I don't think Ty needs to go a place where he has to start year one. I like when guys get there and get to sit a year at least, especially at the quarterback position. So yeah, Saints are not taking another quarterback for sure. So Cap should have been left and passed. I agree. Jeff is like really high on the fire Cap trade, but nobody's defending Cap. That should tell you a lot. Like nobody in the chat has spoke up for him. And here's another good one. Yeah.
I had a conversation with
Smoke
Dixon. I had a conversation with Smoke Dixon, who y'all love and know very well.
Brinsky, what's up?
What up, Brinsky?
He went over there and observed practices, coaches, and how they did things. He called me. He said, Justin, Chris Kaplevik is one of the worst coaches I think I've ever seen in my life.
and look, Smoke does not say stuff just to say stuff. If he tells you something,
he tells you straight up.
Honest. Oh, yeah. We've had conversations on the phone where he is like, the Smoke that you guys see on channels and stuff, that's Smoke all the time.
He doesn't differentiate.
He doesn't. Straight shooter. Although he did say we were really good at what we do, so I don't know if he was Smoke.
Hey, Smoke just doesn't just hand out compliments. Just to hand out compliments. He's not a complimentary guy.
Yeah,
he's a straight shooter.
I agree. What is this? Pick six. Oh, Gerald Dixon. Yep. Pick six first. Lucky. And I don't know if y'all saw this. Brinsky, what's up, man? Appreciate it.
Yes. Shout out to Brinsky. Sharpshooters.
Why do you think Crow was leaving? I thought that was a done deal.
I wonder if she's thinking that based on everything we're talking about, the run game being so negative right now. But yeah, I think he's already signed. He's in there. Yeah. So
that's the question you got to start asking too. If we keep this staff,
why you should go, Nick.
What faith do these recruits have that they can be productive and things can be different if these guys are still there? At what point does it start affecting recruits? Right now, it's not affecting recruiting very much because a lot of these guys who are coming in feel like, hey, we can be the ones who changes everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
But if it happens another year, things are going to get a little dicey.
Yeah.
And running backs aren't going to want to come.
Yeah. Well, especially with the way it was this year. I know we'll look at the yards in certain games, but we gave up on it quickly, and we didn't have a good scheme for it. And it's like we said, okay, instead of giving double-digit runs, we're going to run some, trick plays instead. It was just weird. And then we had what was the first 3 plays against Georgia, we ran the ball, and I was like, "Is this the time when we're trying to prove it that we can do it?" Like it just.
Well, we have all off season to kind of work on it, and then we start off with East Carolina, and then we play at Kentucky, and then after that, I think we have Florida State. So it's like we basically, in my opinion, we need to see something off the back from the East Carolina game at home. I need to see us run the ball and establish something off the game one. So
the fact that they start play calling out of desperation so early, that's a problem. And a lot of times it looks like they have no effing clue. They have no plan B. Look over to the sidelines. You have DeBoer and everybody going,
Yeah.
Tell me I'm lying. And then and they abandon the run game, like Rod said, and then they start trying to run the annexation of Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Little Giants reference.
It was, yeah. No, it was bad. It was bad.
Hey, let's line Caden Proctor out in the slot.
Yeah. And that was cute for a while, but I was like, let's just stop doing all this craziness. And then let's be honest, some of the times when Grubb was running these trick plays, I felt like somebody was I feel like Jeremy was gonna get hurt or Ty was gonna get hurt. I said, come on, man, let's stop with this crap.
Yeah.
But
no. And they were all the most mistimed plays too as well. So
yeah.
By the way, this is how I feel too, David. At the end of every football season, I'm like, this sucks.
Yeah, but
we'll follow basketball, but I do.
That's what I was gonna say. We have a good men's basketball team, so. But I don't get stressed out for men's basketball till around SEC tournament March Madness time. The first, like January, February, we'll drop a few games here that I can live with that. But then once the SEC tournament starts, I'm like, all right, I'm cooked. And then March Madness, I mean, I'm eyes on the TV basically.
Right, but it's not the thing about football, pros and college, whatever. It's an event. You get that one game a week. And especially in college football, in college basketball, you can have a 4-game losing streak and still be fine at the end.
Still be, yeah.
But in college football, it's an
every game means more.
People ask, all right, are you? You better be getting an endorsement for that if you're going to say that, Rodg.
What, every game means more?
Yes.
Hey, every game means more.
But it's like, with every game being an event, like you get up for hey, if Emma drops 2 games in a row, unless you're Notre Dame, that's the end of your season, So these things are a little bit
for Notre Dame, it was the end of their season.
It was.
Their season happened at the end. Yeah.
They took their toys and went home. Hey, Notre
we don't
Dame.
want to play anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Notre Dame, here's a thought. Join a effing conference.
Yeah.
Yep.
And here's the other thing. I'm so sick and tired about the Notre Dame complaints system filtering through my For You pages and my timeline on X. And everybody,
and your OnlyFans pages.
And my OnlyFans pages. They're blaming Alabama.
What did we do to y'all?
Here's the thing that they just seem to miss the glaring object here. James Madison and Tulane got in ahead of them. Yeah. 2 DEI hires were put in ahead of them. But for whatever reason, Alabama is the villain in all this. Shut up.
Yeah.
Sorry. I agree.
It's all right.
Well said. You already knew we talked about it. I already agreed with this. We have a Notre Dame fan that messaged us, and we were talking about a friend of ours who's been on the program. And I was like, you're kind of attacking Alabama. I was like, look, the committee screwed up by putting Notre Dame high, and then later on they realized and went, "Oh crap, we should have done that." And they
still could have put them in. That's the point. Why do you put in 2 group of 5 teams? Between the 2 of them, only one team played an opponent that was in the top 50. No, you don't do that. If you want the group of 5 to be in the playoffs so bad, create their own playoff system.
And you can say what you want about us, but we won our playoff. We won one of our playoff games, so it is what it is. So
Yep. Oh, and this is what I won't say I was happy, but it was like I knew this was not a championship team, and I knew it was going to end at some point. And so being stressed before every game and then not even knowing ever what we were getting from the team, that's the kind of stress I want to be free for. I just want to know, more consistently what our team is. And I think for all of us here and people in the chat, we're all saying the same thing. We had no idea what we were going to put out every game, right? We didn't know who was showing. Like, there were certain players. If Quave was on the field, he was going to show up, right? Jeremy Bernard was, consistent until, somewhere near the last part of games there'd be a drop here or there that you didn't expect. But, effort-wise, he'd show up.
And he was
for the most part, And then the defense always showed up, really, until that last game. Honestly, thinking there was a point in there they were like, offense is not going to give us anything, so it's just not happening tonight. So, for sure, Debbie, there is a little bit of relief in thinking I don't have to go through the stress of this next week and see. Just glad only because I did not think we had a championship team. That's it. So, Maybe Pac-12 After Dark. They'll have more games to watch in the middle of the show, so that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Raj, do you remember how this show started?
Unhinged?
What's up, Riggs? And yes. Yeah.
Unhinged. Was it?
Well,
I'm trying to think about what game was it? Was it the Golly.
Well, while you're thinking about that, Justin, I have a trivia question for you.
Okay.
This show started off as HerbnRodg After Dark, and then the Unhinged After Dark was actually added by somebody in the chat.
Oh.
You get a free shot if you can guess who in the chat came up with the Unhinged After Dark.
Cat.
Oh my! Did Rod just say cat? Is that what he said?
No, I just said oh.
No, I know Kat. Hey, she's been on a lot of our podcasts.
She's royalty.
Others. She is Bama royalty for sure.
Oh, yeah.
We know our people.
Thank you for saying that, by the way, because she never believes us when we say it. So, by the way, the NFL game is off 13-3. Seahawks beat the 49ers. I didn't give any updates because there was no updates. Nothing has happened since halftime started. So,
wait,
we're going to wind up.
Hold on.
What? Interview, by the way, just different account. Hint.
Interesting. Who was that?
Is it Justin?
Is it Justin? That's what I'm saying. Because
yes,
Justin's I'm looking at Justin right now. He's got a couple of different screens up. He's like,
that's my alter ego.
I knew it.
I'm trying to run up your engagement numbers.
We mean a group of 6, Nick. That's what I think. So y'all just no. Kat, you were royalty before we saw Williams' videos. Then that just added to the mystique. So
yeah,
it did.
Do you really think it would be Kyle? Because that's
I don't know what it is.
Changes all of us.
Kyle has had 3 different accounts.
You should know. I don't like that answer.
You should know.
You should know.
You should know.
No, you should tell us.
Stop her. Yeah.
What? Dang, Rod. Speaking of which, folks, we're going to be winding down here in a minute. So, since nobody else gave any work, play, live ditches, I have one for Justin.
Oh, see,
but he's not.
This is what he's waiting for.
Like it.
Okay,
I'm not going to like it.
I want to hear it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm not going to like it. Don't give me a downer. My heart can't take any more disappointment after Thursday.
Well, it's not disappointing to you.
Oh, to me.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
Hey, what was Smoke and Daniel Petty? Were they opening kick, right?
Yes, they were the opening kick. And if anybody wants to know what happened to Smoke and why he's no longer with our network, he actually is now
killed him and put it. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
If you're just going to give spoilers, I ain't going to try to get y'all.
Woo! Oh my goodness!
All right, Nature Boy. No, Smoke is actually the GM for Maryland football, so he can actually be on podcasts and talk about players and coaches in other teams. So that's why you've not seen him on our show.
Kudos to Smoke, man. Kudos.
So absolutely.
This is a yes. There was a no and a yes. Did somebody guess it and I missed it?
Talking about possible coaching changes.
William, you're just a little late. We did talk about coaches we thought would get let go. Cap and Grubb are at the top of the list. That's the short version of it. So, Nick, nobody else got a shout out. We just said that Cap was the one that came up with the name of the show. We love you, man. Don't feel unspecial.
Unspecial.
Oh, yeah.
You went from lexicon to unspecial. Wow.
Wait, we said Kyle and you said no and then yes, right?
It rhymes with smile.
It is Kyle. Okay. The mind games. No.
Yes. Oh, they're too unhinged to go back over all that now. All right. So do you want a special work, play, live ditch there?
Let's do it.
I told you I live for this segment.
Okay. Well, let's go with all right. Your work, play, live ditch. And for those who are new, we're 4 dames. And then he's got to pick one to work with, one to play, that's go out on Friday nights with, one to live with as a roommate, and one to ditch. Okay?
Okay.
Let's go with a special episode of it. We'll go with Talking Bama, Opening Kick.
Wow.
Oh,
Final Whistle.
This is dirty.
And HerbnRodg Podcast.
Podcast? What's a podcast?
What is that?
I'm drinking. I'm drinking.
All right. So wait, you said smoking. You said Talking Bama, HerbnRodg, Opening Kick.
Yep.
And
Final Whistle.
Final Whistle. Okay.
Dang, man.
All right, Justin. Man, you asked for it.
I did ask for it, but I didn't think it. Well, I don't know why I sat here and thought it wouldn't be out of left field because everything is out of left field here.
Yeah, well, that's what the unhinged part of the show is, man. Nothing normal. I tried to say, hey, chat, do y'all want to leave us a work, play, live ditch for tonight? Nobody did it. So
yes,
I had that one in the back of my mind.
Yes, David DeBoer, a.k.a. Kyle, the final whistle did disband.
I didn't know if it was official, so I remember texting Van, but I knew it kind of fell apart around that. So yeah,
I'm still in negotiations with those guys to bring it back. So I haven't really got any further on that front. But
wait, because I'm cutting this episode. Which, by the way, I still have 2 surprises for you that I've cut that I just have to put out at one point, Justin. So you'll get this one there. So here is the work, play, live ditch. Justin fired you on your day off edition.
Damn, dude. Actually, no, I didn't.
HerbnRodg Podcast and Final Whistle.
Oh, Lord.
I'd like to go on Darnell's show.
I'll see if I can work you in.
That's just mean.
We're not good people here.
Okay, work. I gotta go with the opening kick because I feel like working with Smoke, I'm always improving. I'm always learning something. So that to me is a positive. Okay, live. Dang, see, either one would be good at this. Live. I can live with you guys. I think y'all be the perfect roommates.
Okay.
There's plenty of bourbon, Herb. And I don't feel like
I make bourbon too, so you're covered.
So I don't feel like there would be any kind of any issues, any kind of clashing at all. So I think they'll be great, especially on game day. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Play. I think we could have a lot of fun with Talking Bama, especially with JT. The way he gets hyped. I mean, he could be reciting the alphabet.
Though. If you give him this, that's drunk. Like he's done.
But he counters that with Mountain Dew consumption.
Oh yeah,
true.
Ditch. Sorry, final whistle.
Your whistle has been blown.
The beat is gone from the whistle.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Just like a Diddy party.
For that one, Rod was waiting for that one. Okay. There was a question in the middle of this. Am I part of it? So which? But I think he put me more in the live part because if I live and I go out with Talking Bama, I'm drinking all them guys under the table. You know, half of them ain't even of age.
It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah. 2 people said I'm messy. Look. You guys had a chance to come up with the questions.
It's messy.
You guys had a chance to come up with questions, and nobody said anything. So and we appreciate you,
absolutely,
Kyle,
y'all,
for sure. So Van is a great guy, by the way. Just text him a couple of times. Probably need to again just to keep up with him. He's a great guy, man. Good supporter. I hope he's doing all right. So I haven't seen him in a little bit, but absolutely. So. All right. Like I said, I think it's about that time. We didn't get into it, but great win for Alabama. Somebody posted it out there. Alabama beating Kentucky is no longer like a great thing. It's just kind of commonplace.
Well, they said we've beaten Kentucky the past like 4 games, like 4 times in a row. So
and I hope.
Did you just repeat literally what I just said word for word?
No, I didn't. Not word for word. No.
And I think
you took a word off. Is that what you're saying?
I do think that Kentucky needs to, from this point forward, bring LeBaron and Phylon Father's Day gifts because he is now their daddy.
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't even the guy tonight, though.
Aiden Holloway was the guy.
Holloway,
that play, he drove to the lane and shook them.
All
their shoes.
Yes.
I hope they had ankle
insurance. I stand corrected.
I hope they had ankle insurance, Herb.
They didn't. Which, by the way, if you're an Alabama player and no matter the sport and you transfer to Kentucky, it's not going well for you. So let's just that be an FYI. So had some prominent names in football and basketball.
Well, let me stop you right there.
Okay.
Kentucky's leading receiver this year was Kendrick Law.
What does that even mean, though? What does that mean?
Listen,
Raj, you were probably their second. You were probably their second leading receiver.
He was their leading receiver. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to give you the yards.
Chris,
I'm not going to bring that up.
You're not okay. Chris, Cheryl getting hurt is huge. That dude.
Yeah, how long is Cheryl out for?
2 different games. I didn't see that yet, but 2 games of 8 blocks. Like, dude is he might be the second most important person on this team if they're going to make a deep run.
And it was a knee injury, right?
Yeah. I keep calling him bold, but especially given how our other bigs play, Cheryl might be your second most important person on the team, easily to me. So, all right, guys, we're going to go out with an excellent question.
Ooh, oh God!
Here we go. Rod, we'll start. Not from me. Look, just let me tell you,
enthusiasm radiating from Raj right now.
I know.
I had a surprise for Raj one day, and I said, "Raj, I got a surprise for you." He went, "Oh God!" I was like, "Wait a minute." He was like, "Nothing. What? Like, did you ever watch Did you ever watch Rodg the movie?
I did.
Okay,
that's pretty impressive.
That was pure cinema.
That was the surprise.
I'm kind of disappointed it didn't get nominated for an Oscar or a Golden Globe.
Yeah.
Well, it's all politics.
It is.
Rodg, we'll start with you. We'll go to Justin. Alabama football is a cell phone battery. What percentage are we at right now?
I thought you would get that one.
That was a good one.
Woo.
Rodg, you're first. Oh,
okay.
Cell phone battery. Oh, I would say we're at 52%. We're halfway there. Listen to my explanation. We're halfway there. We're getting there. We make some improvements. We get charged up and ready to go for 2026. We'll be there. But without a running game, we're going to go from 52% to like 36% really, really, really fast. So we've got a lot of the work done, but there's the small little details that we need to clean up. And hopefully this happens. And again, I want to see a running game established in game 1 versus East Carolina. Yes. If I don't see it then, if we only run the ball like 10 times, I'm going to be furious. I don't care what the score is at the end of the game. I'm going to be furious.
Sounds good. Justin?
So we talking about a battery on, say, like an iPhone 6 that
or an Android?
Or an Android that's just been used for 10 years and is you have to constantly recharge. Are we talking about the newest version of iPhone with that battery? But either way, I say Alabama. I'm gonna be a little more generous than Raj, 60%.
Okay. I think those are fair answers.
Not too far from what Raj said, but 60%. Yeah. But we are eligible for an upgrade.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's true.
Are. Now, does he safety the upgrade, or does he still try and drag that phone out for a little bit longer? That will tell the tale if he lasts longer than 3 seasons, for sure. So, what is that? I think he wanted more playing time, but it hadn't worked out with Kentucky either. So, I assume you're talking about Diabate.
That was dumb.
You said randomly high. My surprises are good. It's the when I don't tell you it's a surprise and I just throw something there, those are bad. So, plus I'm the most petty person on the show.
That is true.
So there's a Rizzity Monday.
Lisa Fitz is right home. Point.
Nick said 72% on power saving mode. What's up, Lisa?
Oh, wow. Lisa, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for swinging by. We appreciate you. So, and Enrique, good one.
Enrique,
one of our best supporters and a Georgia Bulldog guy, but always shoot you straight. Good guy. Appreciate you. Love you. Justin, tell us what we got coming on the Evil Empire this next week.
Raj, I still don't understand the whole concept of the evil empire.
Are you talking to me saying Raj? Or
he said Raj. Yes, he said Raj.
I know about Raj because he told me before the show the whole evil empire concept. And and he said, and the only answer he gave me were those are the rules. And I said, well, Herb, I don't have the rules. He said, but you make the rules. So how do I not have the rules that I wrote? And that's a part of a collective known as the Empire that I didn't know I was a part of.
It's a vast conspiracy. What does the evil empire got coming up?
Yeah,
now,
so
the answer, you're definitely part of it.
If you well, right now we are covering nothing but transfer portal news, in which there's plenty of. We are staying up to date on every guy leaving and then possible guys coming in. So you're going to see a lot of content coming out about that. Outside of it, every Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, the Bama Standard Network YouTube channel. You're going to see us with the flagship show with me, Marvin Constant, and Daniel Petty. And of course, we always have former Alabama players, sometimes one, sometimes multiple, still keeping it alive during the off season. And hey, this off season, we're going to be answering the hard questions and asking the hard questions, dealing with a lot of the fallout from what we saw at season's end. So it's not going to be boring. Please keep up with that. Other thing too, we're going to be expanding what we do. We're going to be involved in camps for high school kids and below, giving opportunities to kids that normally wouldn't get seen, that couldn't afford going to the big camps. So y'all, please keep up with that. And
that's good to hear, man. If
anyone wants to sponsor those ventures, please let me know. You can contact me through DM on any social media platform at the Bama Standard or justinriley7@gmail.com. We'd love to have you a part of that. We'll have former Alabama players being the coaches of those camps, and we will have coaches from Power 5 schools coming in and looking at these kids as well. So that's something that we're really wanting to get into in the off season. And we plan to be at A-Day. Hopefully HerbnRodg will be there as well. Had a great A-Day last time. We want to definitely keep that tradition going. We'll be doing a lot of stuff here in the off season. And we definitely don't just relax and take a break.
Looking forward to it.
Awesome.
It will be the next good time. I'll definitely be there for sure. Raj, where can people find you this week?
HerbnRodg podcast. We have content being released every single day on here, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever the case may be. A lot of content coming up. Obviously, we have the playoff game, two more playoff games coming up that we'll probably talk a little bit about. Other than that, check us out with that and college basketball. We're going to start diving more into college basketball with some of our YouTube stuff as well. So check us out everywhere at the HerbnRodg podcast.
Hold on a second. Did Damo just propose to his girlfriend?
On what?
It's on Facebook. It says successful girlfriend proposal. So we need some context there.
Congrats to Damo. I didn't. Oh, I see it. I see it now. Yeah.
Also, Raj, I need to know when will we be able to have a podcast with your neighbor there,
Darnell? I'm in negotiations with him right now. I'm going to talk to him, trying to finalize everything by Wednesday.
Did you just propose to somebody?
Okay. That is misleading. That is misleading, sir.
Yeah, you're on the air right now. So, okay.
That's fake news. You really had me going.
That's if she said roll tide instead of yes.
Raj said, did she say roll tide instead of yes?
No, that she just said
no. You can't make it say
Okay. We're literally about to sign off, and Justin saw your Facebook post, and that was the topic of conversation, so we had to call you.
The big proposal is coming very, very soon. So yeah, be on the lookout.
All right. Appreciate you, man. Have a good night.
Podcast.
Yes.
Oh, I'll text you that.
We'll live stream. Yeah.
That's how we get our breaking news. All right, we're getting out of here. Appreciate you, Evil Empire. It is
Justin, we appreciate you.
It is always a fun time. Justin, you know I love you, man. You know
I feel love, and I love being on the show. So I really appreciate you guys. Even though it's once a month, I wish it'd be more. But it's always a great Saturday night.
Yep, sir. Appreciate it. We'll get your last little comments. Rog, he said you didn't do the exhale.
I didn't do the exhale today. I got to change it up because I do the exhale all the time. So I'm trying to change up the intros for each one. So I'll have another one tomorrow, though.
This, by the way, Royal Rumble.
Also, Cat HerbnRodg later this month on the Running Wrestling talking about the Royal Rumble. Okay. Awesome.
Oh, I'm excited about the Royal Rumble because of somebody maybe returning. I cannot wait.
Is it me or is it Rog?
Oh, you want to join the Rumble?
No, with this knee and this body, no. This is my mom patted my stomach this weekend and said it's time to lose some weight. That tells you everything you need to know about this physique.
If you join the ranks of the wrestlers, you'll lose weight real quick. Look at Jelly. Jelly Roll lost 300 pounds training to be a wrestler.
I bet. Yeah, folks, y'all have a good night. Roll Tide.